Hi everyone, and welcome to the start of week 2 of the Readathon weekly reading vlogs. If you saw my last video, then you kind of know what's happening, but for those who may have just popped in on this one, the Readathon is a readathon hosted during the month of July by Daijah from Daijah's Book World and Noelle from Noelle's 7 Pages, and it is all about tarot, as in tarot cards. Each card has a prompt that it aligns to. You pull from the deck, you match books to the prompt. Very straightforward. And so yeah, when we left off, I had picked 2 new cards because I had finished 2 books, and the 2 cards that I had picked were the 2 of Baskets, which is about a book with partnership or the power of 2, and I said I was going to put 3 specific books into the Discord to have the Discord vote, and so I just did that, and in 8 hours I will have an answer as to what I'm reading. Those picks were Tender Beast, The Battle Drum, and Mirrored Heavens. And then I also drew the 10 of Baskets, or the 10 of Cups, and that was to read a book from your favorite genre, mine being fantasy. So I'm going to be reading We Are Dying Gods. I don't know when I'll be getting to this book because I have some other books that I'm in the middle of reading that I want to finish up, and there's another novel that I pulled for. There's actually 2 other novels, but there's 3 other novels. There's 2 other fantasy novels. So I don't know. That might be another poll to see which card I read for after I finish Children of Blood and Bone. And I'm sitting here just, as one does, pondering their lives. And I realized that I did not pick my next audiobook. I finished the audiobook I was listening to, which is why I drew another card, but I never picked my new audiobook. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to start this vlog off with me drawing from the deck, because apparently that is all I do. Draw from the deck, read, fill out spreadsheets, and draw from the deck again. We love to see it. Also, if you haven't already, make sure you are subscribed and that you've hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a new video or go live for reading sprints. And then of course all of my links are down below, but I especially want to plug my bonfire, which has some pretty dope designs. You all have if you've been here for a bit, you've most definitely seen me wearing some of my designs. So yeah, just check out my bonfire. And if you want to help further support my content creation, you can also check out my Patreon. And also, if you have not already today, this is your friendly, gentle, but stern reminder to drink some water. It's good for you. It is. All right, so let's do this. My goal is just to draw the 1 card and be able to have an audiobook. And I think it's doable between Libby, NetGalley, and Libro FM. I definitely think it's doable for me to find an audiobook in one of those 3 platforms for me to read. What is this? Ace of Coins, which I feel like I got last week. Did I make that up? Oh no, Ace of Coins. Read a book from your wish list. All right, I'm gonna go into Libro FM and see if I have any credits. There's also, I have some advanced listener copies in Libro FM. Ooh, okay. So there's Midnight Rooms by Danye Coles, which is a foreboding, what does it say? Set in a foreboding Gothic mansion and infused with a heightened paranoia and creeping horror. Spine-chilling debut historical thriller. Okay. I'm intrigued, and I already have it as an advanced listener copy in Libro FM, so I think this might just be the book. Okay, great. I picked, that was so easy. Yeah, and it's a new release. That's great. It's probably going to be so creepy, and I'm here for it. My answer. So the top set of emojis was Tender Beast. The second one was The Battle Drum. And the third one, which just blew everything else away, was Mirrored Heaven. That is what we will be reading for the 2 of Cups. Hopefully, I don't know when I want to start all these fantasy books. We're gonna have to make a decision. Also, we know what our significator card is for this week. We got The Fool, which is read a book by a new to you author. Looking forward to hopefully matching up some books and to this one. Probably some manga as well. Okay, a little bit of an update. We have finished, and by we I mean me, have finished 2 manga. I finished Cat Plus Gamer Volume 2. So super cute. I gave this one 4 stars. This was for, where is it? The Sun, which was read a light, fluffy contemporary. It's the same prompt that had me read the first one. So that's exciting. And then I finished Pluto Volume 2, which was for my pull of the 10 of Knives / 10 of Swords, which was read a book about murder. And I'm pretty sure in last week's vlog, when I like originally picked this, I was like, I don't know if there's an actual murder in here, but it follows, like, the first volume starts off with a murder and it's like detectives. And I was right in my presumption. There is indeed a murder in here. So I have finished these 2. That is fun, which means that I get to pick 2 new cards for manga. Also, we got our significator card. We have the Fool, which is read a new to you author. And I have a bunch of manga that fit that. So the 3 that I'll be starting with for just the significator card of the Fool will be Delicious in Dungeon Volume 1, as well as My Happy Marriage Volume 1, and Honey Lemon Soda Volume 1. There's a bunch of others. I have people vote in Discord. There's a bunch of others that I put in there, and once I finish these 3, I'll do another poll with the remaining ones. And yeah, I'm excited. I think what I'll do is I'll start, I mean, this is the order that I'm reading them in, because this is the order that they won in. This had the most votes, second most votes, third most votes. So I'm gonna start Delicious in Dungeon tonight. And I also made progress in The Good, the Bad, and the Aunties, which I'm reading for my poll of The Hermit. Read a book you think you could finish in just a few sittings. I'm on page 65 now. I definitely want to get to like the halfway mark by the end of tonight. I do think it's doable. This is a very quick read. Oh, also The Heaven and Earth Grocery Store, which I've been reading. No, not that one. The 3-Body Problem, which I've been like making my way through. That also fits the significator card for this week. So if I finish it within this week, which I think I will be able to, I'm like at the 45% mark, I can count that for my significator card as well. But yeah, so I will put these, I'll just put those there. What are we doing? We're picking for manga, right? I'm like, wait a minute. It also helps because I did give this a nice shuffle. This one is the one that jumped out. This is the Son of Wands, which translates to the Page of Wands. I'll count this. It jumped out. It wanted to join the party. Yeah, what is the Son of Wands? I apologize if you can hear the TV in the background. My cousin is watching Mira, Royal Detective. So what is this? Son of Wands, page. Read a book that's out of your comfort zone. I don't know if I have any manga that are out of my comfort zone. I also have a bunch of holds that just came in Libby. Out of my comfort zone. I pretty much read. Yeah, I don't know what manga this could be. So this is gonna another novel. I keep adding novels. I need to, finish some. So let's pick another card for manga. I think what I'll do is I'll only pick for one manga, and hopefully that is something that applies to one of the ones I have checked out on Libby or Kindle Unlimited. And then my physical manga would just be what I'm focusing on for the significator card. Is this one? Ooh, this is gorgeous. Whoa, that is a gorgeous card. This is the Justice card. Wow, that's pretty. That is like absolutely gorgeous. Okay, let's focus. Justice. Read a book that addresses a social issue. Again, don't have a manga that fits this. Oh, but I do have my flow of creativity, so I can pick a manga that fits the vibes of this card, and I do think I have that. There's Food Wars Volume 5, which kind of fits. There's a lot of silver and some green. There's also Tokyo Ghoul Volume 6 and My Hero Academia Volume 5. I think that might actually be the one that fits it the most. I will put this on a poll somewhere because I love to do that. I'm also sliding down. So let us relocate to the stack of books, and find a book that is out of my comfort zone. Okay, something out of my comfort zone. Out of my comfort zone. This is all book mail, so ignore that. Out of my comfort zone. There's also library books that I can tap into. So let's look at those. Move my stuffed animal. I'm also super close. Where's my... I'm gonna back up a little bit. I need to clear off the top of this bookcase. I do. It's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. This is what we're working with. We're working with this stack. I feel like all of this is in my comfort zone. Yeah, very nice. I feel like these are... Yes? I'm recording a video.
Why?
For my channel.
Look.
Yeah, very nice. Mira. Out of my comfort zone. I can do a classic. Ooh. Yeah. I can do a classic or I can do a library book. There's this one. Kim Ji-young, born 1982. It's short. Is this under 200 pages? Oh wow, it is. Okay, so it says, set in modern day Korea, Kim Ji-young, born 1982, mesmerizingly diagnoses the endemic misogyny and institutional oppression that is relevant to us all. Okay, it's like, it's a fiction book, but written like a memoir from an ex-psychiatrist? Oh, no, she's talking to a psychiatrist. Well, okay, let me just read the synopsis to you. Truly, flawlessly, completely, she became that person. In a small, tidy apartment on the outskirts of the frenzied metropolis of Seoul lives Kim Ji-young, a 30-something millennial everywoman. She has recently left her white-collar desk job in order to care for her newborn daughter full-time, as so many Korean women are expected to do. But Ji-young quickly begins to exhibit strange symptoms that alarm her husband, parents, and in-laws. She impersonates the voices of other women, alive and even dead, both known and unknown to her. As she plunges deeper into this psychosis, her discomfited husband sends her to a male psychiatrist. In a chilling, eerily truncated third-person voice, Ji-young's entire life is recounted to the psychiatrist, a narrative infused with disparate elements of frustration, perseverance, and submission. Born in 1982, and given the most common name for Korean baby girls, Ji-young quickly becomes the unfavored sister to her princeling little brother. Always her behavior is policed by the male figures around her, from the elementary school teachers who enforce strict uniforms for girls to the co-workers who install a hidden camera in the women's restroom and post their photos online. In her father's eyes, it is Ji-young's fault that men harass her late at night. In her husband's eyes, it is Ji-young's duty to forsake her career to take care of him and their child, to put them first. Ji-young's painfully common life is juxtaposed against the backdrop of an advancing Korea, as it abandons family planning birth control policies and passes new legislation against gender discrimination. But can her doctor flawlessly, completely cure her, or even discover what truly ails her? Rendered in minimalist yet lacerating prose, Kim Ji-young, born 1982, sits at the center of the global Me Too movement and announces the arrival of a writer of international significance. This is it. Yeah, I'm gonna pick this. Well, is this out of my comfort zone though? It's a translated work. No, it's not. This isn't translated? Oh yeah, it is translated. Translated by Jamie Chang. Why isn't that on the front? And I don't read much translated work, which is something I'm trying to change. So I'm gonna take this one for the Son of Wands card. And then I'll put up that poll for the Justice card. I'm thinking about the Justice card, and while I could match it to a manga, it's a book about a social issue. I feel like both the color purple, actually there's 3 books here that can fit that. Hotel on the Mountain, which looks at racism, homophobia, toxic masculinity. The color purple, which is going to look at misogynoir, racism as well, abuse, and then Chain Gang All Stars, which is a take on the incarceration in America. There's a word for it that just flew out of my mind, which leaves me with no manga, which is fine because I have a whole stack that I can go through this week. I'm still going to do a poll because I need to know which one to read, and I think I'll do this one based on emojis as well.
So if the gate was locked, how did Bonnie get...
The Wednesday, we are halfway through the week. Well, kind of. I guess Thursday is really halfway through the week if I'm ending them on Sundays and starting on Mondays, so whatever. But yeah, I am about halfway through The Good, the Bad, and the Aunties. Boom, there we go. And I'm liking it so far. I don't know if it's gonna be a 5 or 5.5 star read like the first 2 books. It's at least a 4, but we still have half the book to go, so who knows. We being my mom and I, we are running some errands. That's why I'm out and about in the world. And yeah, I also got to 50%, I think. Yeah, exactly 50%, page 210 in The 3-Body Problem. I'm realizing that there's so many books on my TBR essentially for this readathon because of just the way the polls have been going. And my goal for the rest of this week is to just like finish books. So when I finish this one, the sun really does not want me to be great. When I finish this one, I'm not gonna pull another card. That like hurt my soul to say. I'm not gonna pull another card. Or maybe I will, but it'll be for a manga. I don't know, probably won't. And then once I finish The 3-Body Problem, I also won't pull another card. My birther. And yeah, so these 2 I just got to get out the way, and then once I finish anything after that, I'll start pulling cards again. I finished. Excellent, giving it 4 stars. This is the conclusion to the Auntie series, which is sad, but I kind of had a feeling that it was just by like how certain things were being set up. And yeah, it was hilarious. I loved the progression of character. We got a lot of character growth in Medi, who is our main character, and we also got to see the aunties in a new light. Like they became fully fleshed out characters. I feel like in the second book maybe we really got to see her mother particularly, but in this one we got to see the aunt. So like big aunt, second aunt, and fourth aunt we really got to see in a new light, and just, you know, as people, as fully fleshed, realized people. So yeah, this is book, I don't know, of the Tower Readathon. But yeah, and I read this for the Hermit, which is one of the first cards I pulled back in week 1. I put in the Discord, I put up a poll having people choose which card to read for next, like after I finished that one. And so the choices were between The Chariot, which is a thriller, Page of Swords, where I use my flow of creativity ability, and the Ace of Knives, which is a debut. And so at 42%, Ace of Knives won, which means, and in my deck, that's the Ace of Swords. Or no, it's the Ace of, oh, it's Ace of Knives. Oh, I mixed those up. Anyways, but yeah, I am going to be reading Sing Me to Sleep. That is going to be my next book. I already chose the tabs. I just need to put them in order and like designate them. This is a special edition from Satis Fiction with the nice sprayed edges. So the tabs don't really matter. That not that they don't matter, but I'm not gonna have them sticking out because I love the way the sprayed edges look. So they'll just be on the inside of the book, which is fine. And I will start reading this at some point this week. I am focusing on The 3-Body Problem and Children of Blood and Bone now. Primarily The 3-Body Problem, I think that's the next one that I want to finish, because I think at like 54% in that one. Whereas with Children of Blood and Bone, I'm at 33%. So that is the next one. That's the next one that I'm furthest along in. Well, besides the Heaven and Earth grocery store, but that's a book club read, and our next meeting is in 2 weeks. So I've kind of paused on that one because I don't want to read too far ahead and like finish it and then I don't remember anything in 2 weeks. So yeah, Once I get to 75 pages in the 3-body problem, I'll put up another poll having people choose which card I read for next. I just realized that I never gave you the results of this particular poll where I have people choose what I read for my justice poll, which is read something with that deals with like a social issue. And as a refresher, the 3 choices were Chain Gang All Stars, The Color Purple, and Go Tell It on the Mountain. And this is the book that won, so I need to add this to the growing Tarot Readathon TBR stack, which I've separated out. Let me actually show you what is currently on that to be read stack. These are the books that I'm hoping to get to within the next week or two, and I definitely think it's doable. So we have Sing Me to Sleep, which I will be picking up fairly soon because this is the book that's going to take the place of The Good, the Bad, and the Aunties, which I just finished. This is for Ace of Knives, a debut author. Then, of course, we have Hotel on the Mountain, which is for the Justice card. And then One of Us Knows for the Chariot, which is read a thriller. Then we have We Are Dying Gods for 10 of Baskets, which is read a book in your favorite genre. Then there's Blood Debts, which is the Son of Knives, and I'm using my flow of creativity for that card. Next up, there's Kim Ji-young, born 1982. This one was for my pull of Son of Wands, which is read a book that's outside your comfort zone. And then, of course, well, I'll just put the cover there. Mirrored Heavens, which was 2 of Baskets. Read a book that explores the theme of partnership or the power of 2. I have about like 55 pages to go in the 3-body problem, which I am reading for my team significator card. And once I hit that mark, I'm going to do another poll to see what books should replace that one. And I think for that poll, I'm going to do the Chariot again, because this is one of the first cards that I pulled. I'm also going to do the Son of Knives again because it was one of the first ones I pulled. I think this was actually the second set of cards that I pulled. Yeah, I don't know. Should I just have these 2 cards go up against each other? Or should I add in the 2 of Baskets, which would have me also adding in Mirrored Heavens? I'm feeling that these 2 should go up against each other because they were early draws in the week 1 vlog, and so it looks like I've read this one. This will be a reread for me, and this just came out. So yeah, once I reach 75%, actually maybe I'll do it now and I'll make it a 12-hour poll, and then by tomorrow morning / afternoon I'll know which of these to pick up in place of, not in place of, but in lieu of the 3-body problem when I eventually finish it. And I do want to finish it tomorrow. Today is Thursday night, and I do want to finish the 3-body problem tomorrow. And I think it's doable. I'm on page 239, I think, out of 390 pages. So really, if I really like buckle down, I could probably finish it tonight. But my goal is to get to the 75% mark. All right, hello. It is now Friday, and I have a little bit of an update. I have finished some things. Some things have been chosen. I've started some things. It's a grand time. So I finished the 3-body problem last night before I fell asleep. That book is good. It's not the usual type of fantasy that I read. And what I mean by that is I guess I read a lot of fantasy that is singular perspective, and it doesn't really jump around as much as the 3-body problem does. Like, this one clearly follows one specific character, but the way it's told is very much like a tale of history. It's told like an epic. A few books come to mind that do this. The Water Outlaws by, what is the author's name? I'll put the cover there. What else does this? And I really enjoyed that one. I want to say Rage of Dragons by Evan Winter also has this similar type of vibe where it's definitely an epic. And you're following one main character, but it is a little omnipresent. Like, you kind of are able to see inside the heads of others. If I'm remembering correctly, I have not read those 2 books in a while. What else? I feel like there's another. Oh, you know who else? which is funny enough. Ken Liu's books, The Grace of Kings. Is that the first one? And I say it's funny because Ken Liu translated the 3-body problem into English. And I got like partway through the 3-body problem and I was like, wow, this really reminds me of The Grace of Kings. And of course, The Grace of Kings came afterwards. It was published in 2015. The 3-body problem was like published in 2006. So I'm not saying that they copied each other or they're similar in content, but just the type of storytelling and the way that they're presenting the epic I really enjoyed. And it's so funny because as soon as I finished the 3-body problem, I made sure to put eyes on the second book in the Dandelion Dynasty by Ken Liu, which is The Wall of Storms, which I started months ago, got partway through, but I'm itching for that feel again, like just that way of storytelling. And none of the fantasy books that I currently have on the docket or the ones that are in that stack over there have that feel or gonna have that feel. Either they are just like YA fantasy, and usually YA fantasy doesn't have that like big epic feel the way that these particular books have, or I've read from the author before and I know their writing style. I'm hoping that I pull a card and I'm able to, even though I'll probably get to this next month, let's be real, this book is like 800 pages. I pulled it just so I had eyes on it. And then what else? Did I tell you what I gave the 3-body problem? I'm giving it 4 stars. I went to place the hold in Libby and I am 241st in line. So there's that. Also this morning I finished Dungeon and Dynasty. No, what am I saying? I'm getting my words mixed up. Delicious and Dungeon Volume 1, and this is a cool fantasy food inspired series. I really enjoyed this, and yeah, I mean, it's about this group of, I guess they're like hunters. So you have the knight, the mage, and the lockpicker. And the knight's sister gets eaten by a dragon. And they're like, oh my god, we have to save her. So we have to go deeper into the dungeon, like underground. This like essentially different world because dragons take like a month to digest their food completely. So, you know, the girl is still in there alive. So they're trying to get to her before she is digested. And along the way, they have to survive and eat. So they're eating different monsters and things from monsters that are in this dungeon world. And it's all about how to cook and prepare them, which is right up my alley because I've been really enjoying Food Wars and I've been looking for more food inspired manga. So yeah, and I gave volume 1 4 stars. I already put volumes 2 and 3 on hold at my library. And then in terms of the poll that I put up in Discord to choose between me reading, what is it called? One of Us Knows and Blood Debts. And I used what card they were pulled for. The Chariot, which is the thriller, got 44%, and Son of Knives, where I use my flow of creativity ability, got 56%. So I will be starting my reread of Blood Debts. My plan for tonight, because I do have sprints, late night sprints, in a little less than 45 minutes. I want to read maybe 100 pages in Children of Blood and Bone. Where is that book? Oh, it's upstairs. I don't feel like climbing the stairs, but I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna try and read 100 pages of Children of Blood and Bone, and then I'll switch to Sing Me to Sleep for a sprint, and then I'll switch to Blood Debts for the third sprint, just so I can start these two and get, you know, a good bit of ways into them. So yeah, I just ate dinner. I'm in someone else's sprints. Let me go. Oh, I've been listening to Midnight Rooms by Danielle Coles, and it just started to get creepy. I don't know what's up yet. The husband seems a little too good to be true. Like, Orabella's husband, the man she marries, seems a little too good to be true. I don't trust him. I don't trust his father, who's like old as dirt, and I don't trust her sister-in-law, who so far I don't even know if she's lucid, like truly. But yeah, it's getting a little creepy. I purposely did not read the synopsis because I'm here and I'm along for the ride. All right, y'all. It is Saturday night. Not me starting this off, yawning. And last night I finished volume 1 of My Happy Marriage. Is the light gonna do weird things? It is. Yep, there's a lot of white in this cover, so that makes sense. I'll just put the cover right there. And I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. Did I put the second volume on hold at my library? I cannot remember. Let us check. I want to say I did not. Did I say I'm giving it 4 stars? Yeah, I'm giving it 4 stars. I'll definitely be continuing. It is a fairly new series. I think there's only 4 volumes out. Last one we got was in September. Oh, but they took like a really big break. Oh, wait. May, January. Okay, so we started getting them in the States September of 22. Is it only 4 volumes? It has an anime. I literally just want to know. Yeah, I don't want the light novel. I literally want... Oh, okay, I understand. Because it's a light novel, and I think those are coming out, and then we're getting the manga, I think is how it's going. What does the Wikipedia say? Okay, where's the manga? That's what I want to know. Oh. Volume 5 doesn't have an English release date yet. They took a really big break. So in Japan, volume 4 was released November of 22, and volume 5 was released July of 24. So yeah, we're not gonna get that for a while, but I'll still continue on the series because I am enjoying it. And I also got to 62% in Children of Blood and Bone. I'm really enjoying my reread of that. I'm not going to talk too much about Children of Blood and Bone in this vlog because I am doing a separate project where I am rereading the first 2 books in that series and reading the 3rd and final book. So yeah, but that is a book that I am reading for the Tower Readathon. And because I am 62% through, and I probably will get to the 75% mark tonight, because I was reading it in bed last night and I just couldn't stop. Like, I stayed up way later than I anticipated. So I want to put up another poll and see what I'll be reading in that like slot. Like if we were to say I had 3 physical book slots, well, yeah, that I'm actively reading. So we already know that Sing Me to Sleep and Blood Debts are in those other 2 because I finished... What did I finish? What was the first thing I finished? What was the first thing I finished? Not the first thing I finished, but what did I... Oh, okay. I finished The Good, the Bad, and the Aunties, as well as The 3 Body Problem. And those Sing Me to Sleep and Blood Debts, replace those. It's funny because now I'm like currently reading 3 YA fantasy and I don't know how that happened. So yeah, I am going to put up a poll in Discord. Where is it? Which prompt should I read? I was thinking, I had a thought. What was it? Oh, because before I've had people choose based on the card. I've had people choose based on a set of emojis, and I'm thinking I have people choose based on genre. That's what I'm thinking. Just to switch it up, because the past 2 times I've put the card they were pulled for. And the time for that, I did just emojis. I also need to find out of the manga I'm gonna read next, because out of those 3 that were initially picked, I have 1 left. Should I even, because tomorrow's the last day of this vlog, but also it's the last day of the week in the readathon. Meaning, when I say that, I mean like, the way it's been working is that we're getting new significator cards on Mondays. So I would only have tomorrow to read these like manga in this list. So maybe instead of 3, I'll do the top 2 that people choose. Okay, and the time before that, I also did emojis. Yeah, I think I should have people do it based on the genre. I don't know. Let me see what these genres are. Okay, and again, I put like the first 3 in the order of how they were chosen. So we still have One of Us Knows on the TBR, and that's a thriller. We also have Mirrored Heavens, that is an adult fantasy. We have We Are Dying Gods. That is a YA new adult fantasy. We have Kim Ji Young, which is adult literary fiction. And we have Go Tell It on the Mountain, which is a classic. I feel like I'll save the choosing by genre for maybe the next iteration or the next set of books that I have people pick from, only because out of the 3 next ones up, 2 of them are fantasy, and I feel like that just doesn't make sense. So yeah, I am going to see what manga I should read next. Wow, my light just died. See which manga I should read next too for tomorrow. And I'm also, where's the end of this? Going to put up a poll for a book that will take the place of Children of Blood and Bone. It is Sunday, early Sunday evening. It's about 5:07. Well, it is 5:07. And my plan is for this to be an evening of reading. I've already been doing some reading of some manga. I'm in Daijah's sprints, but I know that Bree has sprints later, so does Nicole, so I'll just be like popping into the chat and different people's sprints. Yeah, let's do a little chit-chatting. There we go. So I finished Honey Lemon Soda Volume 1. I'm giving this one 3 stars. It was cute. I'll continue on in the series to see if it, you know, stays cute and gets better or whatever. But yeah. And then the poll that I put up for the manga ended, and it has me reading Donuts Under a Crescent Moon. This one got the most votes. And then this one, Kimi ni Todoke, From Me to You, got the second most votes. So after I finish Donuts Under a Crescent Moon, I'll move on to this one, and that'll be a wrap in terms of the manga that I'm reading. And my plan, I don't know if it'll happen, but my plan, this is how much I have left in Children of Blood and Bone. I feel like I can finish it tonight. So I have 200 pages left. Yeah, I think I can finish this tonight. That's the plan, that's my goal. Finish Donuts Under a Crescent Moon, read Kimi ni Todoke, From Me to You, and 200 pages of Children of Blood and Bone, which will take me to the end. Yeah, and I think after I finish this one, I will pull another card. Or should I pull another card now? Oh wait, yeah, hold on, pause. I'm looking at the stack of what's on my TBR for this readathon, and okay, and there's 5 books. I have people voting on which of these 5 I should read next. So really, it'll be down to like 4. So yeah, I think I'll pick another one. Yeah, I'll pick another one after I like actually finish this one. Those are the vibes, and that is the plan, as well as do some editing today as well, because I have some projects that I just have to give them that final edit and add all the like pictures and music and blah blah blah, and then I can export them and schedule them to go up on my channel. So yeah, don't mind the balloon over my head like I'm mother effing Pennywise. I finished Donuts Over a Crescent Moon. Really super cute sapphic romance. I will be continuing on, and I gave this one 3.75. Duh. Yeah, I gave this volume 3.75. I'm updating my spreadsheet, like my personal spreadsheet. And then once I do that, I decided I'm not gonna read this, or like I'm not gonna force myself to read it before I read Children of Blood and Bone. I'm a little tuckered out from manga, so if I get to this tonight, yay. If I don't, okay. I'm not too pressed about it. How many significator points have I done this past week? 1, 2, okay, let me look here. It's the wrong color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, okay, that's not bad. I did 5. Children of the Whales Volume 1 I have on my Kindle from the library, and it goes back tomorrow evening, like late tomorrow evening. So I'm like, do I get to that one today? I don't know. We'll see how I'm feeling. If I need a break from a novel, from like novel reading, then I'll do Children of the Whales and or Kimi ni Todoke for Me to You. But we'll see. I'm excited to jump back into Children of Blood and Bone. I really do think I can finish it tonight. So you remember in the last clip when I said, at least I think I said, that I was going to finish Children of Blood and Bone today. No. I've been fighting fatigue all day. I have. And I could push myself. And maybe I will. I'm not going to. I'm not. I'm really not. I'm on page 488 of 525. That's less than 50 pages, right? Did I do that math right? That's less than 40 pages. It's that 10-page difference that's about to get me. Because now I'm like, I could finish this. It's 2:56 a.m. in the morning. And I turned on this here camera to film the closing clip of this vlog. But I could finish this. But it's like, what do I get from finishing this book in this vlog when I'm not even talking about this book that much in this vlog because I'm doing a whole separate project for this book in this vlog? I think what it is, in my mind at least, is that I want to be able to say these are all the books I finished in week 2 of the Tarot Readathon. You know, I'm going to count it because what I'm going to do, I'm going to film this here closing clip and then I'm going to finish this in bed, because it's 40 pages. But I also wanted to draw a new card. I think that's what it was. It was like, oh, I want to draw a new card, so I need to finish the book. I'm basically done. I've picked it. I have. It's also, and I kind of should probably do this in next week's vlog, I am participating in July Noir, a Blackoween celebration or a Blackoween event, a Blackoween occurrence. It's a summer round of Blackoween that starts this upcoming Wednesday. And so I have some books. I have 4 books that I want to get to the latter half of the month. So I do need to pull more cards to fit some books. And now I'm looking at One of Us Knows, which didn't win the poll, by the way. You know that poll I said for the like next 3 books that I picked, however I did that math in my head. We Are Dying Gods one. There's a plate on top of that book, so I'm not going to get it. Here's the cover. We Are Dying Gods one. So, and I'm all over the place. I have been migraining real hard the past couple days. And I feel like it's been real bad today in terms of focus. Has just been like all over the place. So I'm not going to apologize because this is literally my reality. So here we go. What was I doing? Oh, I was looking at the prompts for July Noir. I'm doing Joe's Library. I'm going to talk about more of this in next week. Yeah, see, historical. One of Us Knows doesn't fit any of these prompts for Joe's Library. Does it fit anywhere else? I don't think so. I really just want to do Joe's Library. Yeah, One of Us Knows doesn't fit Joe's Library unless I'd use it for the free space, which I could do. What was I saying before that? Oh, I need to pull a card and hope that they match up to the books on my July Noir TBR. But that's a problem for future Atia. And by future Atia, I mean Atia in 30 minutes after I end this clip and start next week's vlog. But let's do a nice little wrap up of what I finished this week. Okay, I read Cat Plus Gamer Volume 2 for The Sun, which was read a light and fluffy contemporary, and I gave that 4 stars. I read Pluto Volume 2 for 10 of Knives, which is read a book with a murder, and I gave that 4 stars as well. I also read The Good, the Bad, and the Aunties for my pull of The Hermit, which is read a book you think you can finish in just a few sittings. I also gave that one 4 stars. I read The 3 Body Problem for our significator card of The Fool, which was read a new to you author, and I gave that one 4 stars as well. These next 4 manga are all for the significator of The Fool. I read Delicious in Dungeon Volume 1 and gave it 4 stars. I read My Happy Marriage Volume 1 and gave it 4 stars. Then I read Honey Lemon Soda Volume 1 and gave that one 3 stars. And I read Donuts Under a Crescent Moon, Volume 1, and I gave that one 3.75 stars. And I also, in this week, completed Children of Blood and Bone. I have 40 pages left, but I'm going to finish that before I fall asleep. And this is for the card Two of Knives, which was read a book with multiple POVs. This is a reread, and it does stand the test of time. Yeah, this is pretty much going to stay at a 5 stars. It's staying at a 5 stars. But yeah, so that is 9 books completed. I made some progress in All I've Wanted, All I've Needed, as well as Midnight Rooms. And yeah, those are the 2 that I'm currently reading that I plan to finish and will finish this upcoming week. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this weekly vlog. Let me know in the comments. I'm gonna do another card pull to see what our question of the day shall be. Do this nice and quick. Ooh, The Magician. Oh, okay. Read a book with magical elements. Let me know the last book you read that had some kind of magical element, whether that's fantasy, magical realism, paranormal, anything that you consider a magical element. All of my links are in the description box. I highly recommend you check out my bonfire, my Etsy shop, my Discord, and all of my social links. And I will see you very soon in another video. Bye.
Showing. I ain't living for the moment. I see what's mine and I want it. Hungry like a Pac-Man. I'm Bruce Wayne and Batman. I'm Naruto with a Hanzo. Got a sharp mind like I'm Einstein. Plus I'm copywriting, so it's all mine. Check it for me, I'm in the sky.